What do we owe the honor of El Famoso Arnold Lopez?
No, Judge.
I mean, really?
You're the famous one.
No, it's you.
My son sends me videos of you from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Really?
You know, I had a person reach out to us from Israel yesterday. I'm like, wow, crazy, huh?
You're famous.
No. But I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you, and I'm forbidding you from going to any store that you have a prior contact with in a theft case. Do you understand? And if I find that you have any contact with any of these stores, I'm going to make your bond so high your teeth are going to fall out. Do you understand?
Sir.
Catch and release days are over. No more catch and release. We are going to get to the bottom of why this continues to happen. You need to start working. You have way too much time on your hands, and you are the epitome of self-destructive behavior.
This isn't your typical courtroom, and Judge Fleschier isn't your typical judge. What you're about to see is a mix of tough love, brutal honesty, and moments that have taken the internet by storm. From calling out excuses to delivering life-changing warnings, this judge doesn't just enforce the law, he challenges people to change. But here's the real question. Is he helping or going too far?
You need something to do with your life, Mr. Waters. You need to get a job. So this is what we're going to do. And we have a job fair that's coming up. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
For one on the traffic stop, I found out that it was suspended.
I want to impart something to you that I am making it a bond condition for you now that you're not to drive any vehicle for any reason. I don't care what your reason is. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. I don't care if there's a burning building or Mother Teresa needs to go to church. You get into a car and drive, there's going to be HE double hockey sticks to pay. Do you understand? You were in here the other day and you were acting like it's all little bunnies jumping in the woods, all happy-go-lucky, knowing full well that you had a ton of bond violations. You were to have a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At 4:30 in the morning, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different violations where you are going out in the middle of the night. Guess what happens, or do you have any response?
Your Honor, I've spoken to the family. I've spoken to Mr. Chavez. I recommended that he get started with some therapy,
Yeah, I'm going to help you get started with that therapy right now. Guess what happens? Guess. He goes with you. Yeah, we'll get started real quick. We'll talk, I don't know, he'll pop up in tomorrow's docket. We can talk again, but he's out at 4:30 in the morning, 1 in the morning. It's unacceptable. Doesn't get it. So, his bond's $100 now. I'll make it a $5,001. If they have issues making it, just let me know. We can talk. But I mean, I can't just let him go, Yeah, okay.
The woman insists that there has to be another reason her test came back positive, but Judge Fleschier wasn't exactly buying it.
How far along are you?
5 minutes.
She's consuming alcohol while she's while pregnant.
Oh.
You're 5 months pregnant. You have positive alcohol usage on August 3rd.
No.
Am I reading Mandarin? I mean,
That's
right?
according to the device. Yes, sir.
The device says that you're drinking.
It was hand sanitizer at my job, which I emailed my probation officer that day. It's not alcohol. That's why they took me out the register and put me on the floor to where I won't be around no anything that consume alcohol, which is the hand sanitizer, at my job. And I let my probation officer know.
Sanitizer dissipates in a matter of a second. Once you put it on and you're done like this, it dissipates in a matter of seconds.
But they write down all the registers and stuff. I have not consumed any alcohol at all.
That's not what this report says. Not only does this report say that you're consuming alcohol, you have excessive skips while you're on probation as well. You.
Your Honor,
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, so April 4th, skip test. April 16th, skip test. April 18th, skip test. April 24th, skip test. April 25th, skip test. April 29th, May 2nd, May 15th, May 19th, May 22nd, June 2nd, June 4th, June 8th, June 9th, June 13th, June 16th, June 23rd, June 25th, June 26th, June 30th, July 2nd, 5th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 15, 16, 18, and it goes on and it goes on as the day is long.
I was here on the 11th. I seen you on the 11th. We had court. And I said, I work at the register, and I explained to my manager that I had to step away from the register to blow into my device. So as soon as they understood that I'm on a case to where I had to step away from the register, then they had allowed to me, because I have 3 hours of window to blow into my device. So I had got that handled, which I told my probation officer as well.
We have clinicians that evaluate you to determine what the best course of action going forward on this probation is. They've deemed, after doing all their research, that the best way moving forward is to put you into a residential treatment program. I like to follow the advice of the clinicians because they know what they're talking about. Not only, are they saying this, but you're also providing us with evidence as to why it's a good idea. You're saying you're not consuming, but I have concrete evidence that you are, and I have dozens of skip tests when you're not supposed to be skipping.
What
I know.
They said I consume alcohol, because that's the day that I emailed my lawyer that day, and I was at work.
It's not a negotiation. That's what they're recommending, and I think that it's a good idea. You have taken off on me 3 different times, Mr. Osborne. If you think that we are going to give you a PR bond, you are charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing a year in jail. You had an offer in this case where they were going to dismiss this case, and you have repeatedly taken off, not once, not twice, but thrice. I am not going to give you a PR bond, and we are taking you into custody now. Your bond is now set at $10,003 because of all the times that you have taken off. And I get that you're in high school, but the problem is that you have already taken off 3 times. If I let you go now, what does that tell you? What? It tells you that it's okay for you to do what you're doing and not to hold you accountable. And that's not what we do here. You need to understand that courts are here for a reason. We do court orders for a reason. And when you fail to comply, when you fail to show, there are real world consequences. And I don't know if you have anyone that's going to bond you out. If not, you will be stuck like Chuck with me until this thing is over with. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm not into this pleading guilty, time served just to get out, just to ruin your life. I'm not going to let you do that. Guys, I'm not out for blood, but I want him to understand that we mean business. If he is unable to make a bond by tomorrow, then we can talk, and I'm happy to entertain perhaps something tomorrow. I get it that he's in high school, but I want him to understand that we mean business. And if I just let him go now, it's enabling him, and it's not a good thing. But I'm happy perhaps tomorrow, if he's unable to make bond, we can talk about a PR bond tomorrow.
Should we just set it for review for tomorrow?
He's going to come back tomorrow regardless because they auto-populate. Okay. Because that's what happens when we take someone into custody, they auto-populate for the next day. Okay. So we can talk about it tomorrow about, because I'm not going to let him plead guilty just to get out and just to get a conviction on his record. And I'm happy to do this, but I want him to understand that we mean business and we're not playing to games. So if he's still here tomorrow, we can talk about doing a PR bond and we'll let him try that. But I'm going to tell you now, he gets an ankle monitor, curfew, and I'm going to drug test him. And I'm going to be his dad. That's it.
Now, this is where things get intense. Judge Fleschier isn't just setting conditions, he's sending a message. Bond conditions like these are legally meant to ensure compliance and public safety, but the tone here, it's personal. Some would argue this kind of approach shocks defendants into reality, while others say it crosses the line into intimidation. What do you think? Does fear create accountability, or does it backfire?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Sometimes Judge Fleschier appeared to lose patience altogether.
Why do the people of Harris County get to pay for a lawyer for you when you don't do anything? How is that fair? Why you get to sit at home, play Xbox? Well, why do the people of Harris County get to pay for your lawyer? How's that fair? You're able-bodied. There's no reason why you shouldn't be working. You need a job. I'm making it a condition of your bond now that you get a full-time job. And I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks to see what you have done. But as far as what you get to hang out and do nothing all day, and then I have to pay for your lawyer too? Want a back rub too? No. I will give you an application. I'm going to send it home, and then I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks, and I want to see what you've done to get a job. If you've done nothing, then life's not going to go well. But it's not fair that we all here, I mean, I might as well just give you my wallet now. That's what we're doing. All I'm asking you to do is follow the law, Mr. Seastrong. I don't give out lawyers like it's candy on Halloween, and I expect you to pull your weight. And I don't care if you don't like what I'm telling you, but sometimes in life, someone needs to put you over their knee and tell you this is how things need to go. And you, at 39, need to grow up and pull your weight. Start working. Don't.
That happened in early November when two women appeared in his court after allegedly shoplifting from a local Target store.
How old are you, ma'am?
19.
How old are you, ma'am? What do you guys do for a living?
I don't work.
Did you graduate from high school?
Huh?
Did you graduate from high school?
Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
dropped
You're
out.
19.
I dropped
Start
out.
going to college at 19. What are you doing with yourself now?
I just recently quit my job.
Doing.
My husband didn't want me working anymore.
So you're going to rely on your husband for the rest of your life? That's not a good way to go through life, because that husband at some point may not be there. And if he's not there for you, how are you going to eat? How are you going to support yourself? I have a very young daughter. And one of the things that I'm teaching my daughter is never to rely on any man for any reason. That's why you get an education. That's why you go far in life. So you never have to rely on anyone to be able to take care of you. Because if the divorce rate in this country is so high, never rely on a man, ever. You need to do something with your life, and you need to get back into high school, and we're going to make sure that happens. Do you understand? I will appoint your lawyer today, but I want to see what you've done in 2 weeks to get back in high school. If you've done nothing, tell me about yourself.
I recently stopped high school because I just had my baby, but I'm trying to get back into.
No. Likewise, you will be on the same path as well. And if you've done nothing, same thing. Don't ever rely on a man. Men are some men are good, some men are not very good. But you need to be able to rely on yourself so that you work, have knowledge, because if you don't, you'll go nowhere in life. You'll never have money, and you'll always have to rely on a man. Don't. Be smarter. All right. So if you can appoint lawyers to both of them, and then we will have you sign conditions that you're not allowed to go to Target. And I want to see you both back in 2 weeks to see what you've done to start working on your GED. At a minimum, you cannot go through life without having a high school. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any weapons in your possession. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive any vehicle whatsoever for any reason. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. Am I boring you, Mr. Royal? Am I boring you? You're sitting here where you're rolling your eyes, looking up at the stars like,
No, I'm trying to clock in what you're saying, well, Your Honor. Trying to clock in. I'm listening to everything. I'm trying to listen. I ain't trying to listen. Working
What do you do for a living, Mr. Royal?
construction work.
This moment right here is critical. Judge Fleschier is relying on documented evidence, missed tests, positive readings, and from a legal standpoint, that carries serious weight. But the defendant is pushing back with her own explanation. This becomes a battle between data and credibility. And in court, perception matters just as much as proof. So ask yourself, would you believe the report or the person standing in front of you?
You know, I'll tell you this though, Mr. Foster, you look like you have a lot of arrogance to you. If you put that arrogance into working really hard, holy moly, you could command the entire world. I know people who started as a freaking dishwasher at Chick-fil-A and they worked their off. Now owns 2 of them making 400 GER a year. That's hundreds of thousands every month that he's raking in because he put his chutzpah into working and his heart into working his off. And now, dude, he's killing it.
And he also shows genuine concern for his fellow Texans.
And Judge, I have an agreement with the state where if he completes that drug treatment program with Salvation Army and also gets employment and some residential information, that they'll dismiss the case. And so,
Good job testing negative.
so
Great. That's all we're asking you to do, man. Stay clean. That's all. I'm not asking you to split the atom here, you know? When you're clean, good things happen, you know? The other thing is this, is that you've taken off on us.
I did, sir. I didn't have a way.
Judge, can I explain that?
Here.
Sure.
Judge, he was in Tomball at the time. He had no transportation, and isn't that right?
Yeah,
Mr.
I
Bueller?
was homeless.
So today he walked from Salvation Army to here for court, but he just had no transportation, Judge. And he let me know that before court that he couldn't get over here.
There's no.
Why are you
excuse.
homeless?
Man, I screwed my life up. I had 3.5 years clean and sober, and I got.
All of a sudden you boom homeless? That doesn't happen.
No, I left the place up. My friends I was staying with, they were back on drugs, and we got into a big argument and fight. And
What do you have in your life now?
I have my family. I know I was on drugs. My family doesn't accept that.
Good, as they shouldn't.
Exactly.
I don't want someone who's in my house all doped up. They're just, you know, when you're in a state like that, you're very vulnerable, right? You get angrier quicker. You have no patience. And the people who suffer the most are everyone around you when you're using. And it's not fair. And it's not fair for them to have to live with that kind of fear. Oh my God, is he using? What's going to happen today? Is he going to beat me up? Is he going to? No one wants to live like that. So it's only natural. You know what I mean?
I chose to be homeless in a sense. I pushed away from them.
Yes, of course.
I still have my family, thankfully, now, since I did have clean and sober before, I got them back in my life and I pushed away. So
Where are you living now?
Right now I'm at the Salvation Army living.
Why don't you go back home?
I want to finish this program. I want to get it right this time.
It's a 6-month inpatient drug treatment at the Salvation Army, Judge. And then he's planning to do a transitional living after that.
To make sure I get it right again, because I did it before and I had 3 years clean and sober and I got in.
At the end of the day, Judge Fleschier represents a style of justice that's impossible to ignore, direct, emotional, and sometimes controversial. Whether he's denying bond, pushing defendants toward rehabilitation, or even calling out law enforcement, one thing is clear: he's trying to make an impact beyond the courtroom. But the debate remains: is this the future of justice or a step too far? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.